The size of that BP oil spill is changing every day. The costs are escalating hour by hour. We partner now with the FT to bring you Lex on Bloomberg. You get a sneak peek at the Financial Times' flagship column a day early. Vincent Boland joining us now live from London. Vincent, glad to have you on with us. BP has clearly underestimated the scale and the cost of the cleanup. What is the latest estimation? We've seen figures as high as $12 billion.
Yes, I'm afraid the figures are rising all the time. I think BP underestimated the cost of this and even the scale of it last week when they were announcing their first quarter results. And they seem to put the most expensive item they felt would be the drilling of this relief well. That's just gotten underway, and that's going to take 3 months and probably cost $100 million. But the overall cost of this operation is going to be absolutely vast. And I'd say $12 billion is probably a realistic figure at this stage.
What effect, if any, has the Obama administration's response to this disaster had on BP?
Well, I think it's upping the stakes all the time. The Obama administration's response has been fairly aggressive so far. And actually, so has BP's response. It's been pretty much on a war footing, this company, over the last 10 days or so since this accident happened. But clearly, the accident became worse when the rate of spillage into the sea, I think, rose 5-fold last week. So it's the scale of the problem has been growing all the time. Therefore, the response has had to grow as well. But I think that now that the Obama administration seems pretty heavily invested in it, I think the stakes for everybody involved are really very high right now.
We know that BP has ultimate responsibility, legal responsibility, I should say, but there's also some other companies that might have to share in the burden. Transocean is just one of them. Halliburton is another one. How do all these pieces and what these companies might have to contribute dollar-wise affect the bottom line?
Well, one can imagine a massive legal tussle here ultimately over this. I think that at the moment everybody seems to be pretty much focused on the cleaning up this mess and stopping the leak and getting ahead of that aspect of it. The trouble is that there's a lot of parties involved. The oil that's leaking into the sea is definitely BP's. The drilling rig that exploded belonged to Transocean, and there are other parties involved, Halliburton, as you said. So I think that right now it's not clear quite where the legal responsibility lies. BP is certainly taking responsibility for the cleanup costs, which are costing, of course, a lot of money. But I think going forward, the legal situation here is going to have to be clarified, and it's going to take a long time, and that's where the bill really lies ultimately for all of the companies involved.
You mentioned it's going to take a long time. What are the longest estimations out there?
Oh, I'd say, well, certainly the actual plugging of the well could take 3 months. I think that's quite a long time for oil to be spilling into the sea here. Legally, it could take years. The Exxon Valdez accident that happened in Alaska in 1989, only effectively ended last year in the courts. So that was 20 years on. These things take forever, and the legal costs are incredibly high for everybody involved. And I think that that's going to be a factor that's going to weigh on the share prices of all of these companies in the next, certainly until there's a realistic sense of how long it's going to take to clean it up.
Vincent Boland, we thank you very much. Vincent joining us there from the FT in London.